Hello my fellow Fall of the Samurai players, Zaript here, and it's time for Group D of second group stage of Aggony 1v1 Championship 2012. And it's a match between me and Hazan, and this is a game on Kansai wood, and both of these players are advanced from Group D. And I have to apologize for my voice because I'm sick, but I'm still casting it because my voice should be just barely okay, and honestly I will not be having much time to cast after this weekend, so I have to cover as much as I can. And this is a Myth's army we see here. Yariki level 2, Yariki level 6, Imperial Guard Cavalry level 9. Oh, well, and it's surprising to me that people upgrading this Imperial Guard Cavalry to level 9 to have 150 range, they do not increase melee stats, which I think might be worse on such an expensive unit, which, I mean, your opponent will go for it anyway. Okay, Yariki level 6, Yariki Shogun Guard Cavalry level 2. So, from the very beginning, I will stop it. You can clearly read the plan for Myth. His general is some mix between Bushido and gun. Yes, and here I have 3 spear levies, Royal Marines, Infantry de Marine, and Imperial Infantry with 150 range. So his plan is simple and scary. It's something that Killerfish would do, in my opinion. And it actually resembles it very much. He have these 3 very strong 150 range units protected by spears. So this is a very stable, very strong force that you cannot approach from the front easily. And you cannot easily charge it with the cavalry, because you will pay greatly for that. And which is why he can operate this force separately from his cavalry force. And with his cavalry, with Myth's cavalry, the plan is simple as well. He wants to win this game using this single unit. 150 range Imperial Guard Cavalry. So, you see, stable force, moving force, and each of them annoyingly long-ranged. And the weakness that I can see from the beginning is a lack of cavalry. Melee cavalry, I mean. So, because these units are such an expensive ones, Myth have only 4 melee cavalry, 3 of them Yariki, and 1 Shogun Guard Cavalry. And it might not be enough to save his Imperial Guard Cavalry against opponent's melee cav. Let's see. Hazan have, and if I remember correctly, he was once in CW clan as well as Myth. So they were clanmates once. But it seems not anymore, interestingly, what it is. Okay. Yariki level 8. Yariki level 7. 11 morale. Shogun Guard Cavalry level 6. Level 8. And level 8 Yariki. So, in cavalry contingent, 1 to fight, and Sabre Cavalry level 3. I mean, if we only compare cavalry contingent, Hazan will win the exchange, and which means that at some point Myth will have to give up map control. Well, we will see. I have seen this game. It's not that easy to explain what happens. 2 Shogitais, level 2 and level 3, 2 vanilla spear levies, and 3 vanilla white bears. The general for Hazan is full common gen. Okay, and I will. What I think was deciding moment of this game will be happening somewhere around here. Now, Myth reads the game quite well. He realized that he will not be able to to be very effective with this Imperial Guard cavalry just because of how strong melee cavalry of Hazian is. So he's getting his melee cavalry together, and he wants to win this fight. And obviously he has two speed upgrades on this Imperial Guard cavalry, but obviously common gen of Hazian, and this is common gen of Hazian have a speed point in speed in commentary. Now let's take a look. This is a very important engagement. So Hazian baited into melee cavalry fight. He have remains of his cavalry repositioning from this forest here. And actually I think Mif should have gotten his general here, because in terms of melee cavalry he is at disadvantage. He have low upgrades and less cavalry. So this Yariki charged by these two, this one getting back, and it will not be easy for it to shoot at the back through the back of their own units. Sometimes it is bad for your own cavalry. So at the moment, Mif have an advantage here. So it's 5 against 3. But here, these cavalry units, these two Yariki clumped up, and they almost immediately get flanks exposed. Yeah, this one have a huge mortal hit. And this is a naval bombardment, which I missed. Okay, it goes here. So, quite a smart thing to do from Hazian, but I'm not sure if he have enough micro to do so. He actually attacks in the middle at the same time as he starts this cavalry fight. And let's look at this. This Yariki losing the fight to this Shogun Guard cavalry, obviously. But what's surprising is... Oh no, not surprising. And this Shogun Guard cavalry winning against this Yariki. But now reinforcements are coming. So far, it's 2 units loss for Hazian and 1 unit loss for Mif. And this one, yeah, finally routed. This is still alive, but now casualties sustained. This one will get back charged. And you see, this unit isn't that effective because fight going on in the forest. And suddenly, look, this Shogun Guard cavalry routed. And now this Imperial Guard cavalry will be charged in the middle. You see, Mif actually reacts in time, and let's take a look. Full-fledged engagement going on here. And forest will help Hazian a lot. And he's winning. You see, he was bound to win melee cavalry contingent. He paid a lot for it, but in the end he's winning with 3 melee cavalry units left. And in this exchange, Mif actually losing his Imperial Guard cavalry, which is a huge hit. And now this game is even. It's still not going for Hazian just because of this. Look, this is ridiculously strong contingent. Mif paid quite a lot with his Royal Marines here, because these 2 units in the forest protecting each other. But if you count it, half unit of these Royal Marines cost almost as much as this destroyed White Bears. You see how easy it to lose with such an expensive force, and this he have to think about this naval bombardment. Okay, now what do we have at the point? This fight probably Mif shouldn't have engaged. In the forest, his shooting cavalry wasn't effective, and he didn't make a use of 150 range of his Imperial Guard cavalry at all. He didn't snipe a general, he didn't get a cavalry of Khazan. He still have some, probably this Yaruki came back. Oh no, it's Khazan's Yaruki. I'm an idiot. He loses this one, but here, very nice charge in this infantry de marine. Getting 50 kills here, what a nice charge. And you see, this Shugita approaching from this angle without being shot at, and they will... Now this Imperial infantry have to shut up and they cannot shoot anymore. This Royal Marine still shooting, but it's not for long. These two Shugita is coming from two sides, and now the Spear Levy have to protect the general just because of this Sabre cavalry, and this is over. So, interesting game. It's just because of how much action was going on, and I'm not sure if mistakes that were done in this game by MIF. And you see, it's still very close. It's very close here. But these two Shugitais and alive Sabre cavalry, it's easy to, it's difficult to pull this out. And I wouldn't say that there were very clear micro mistakes for MIF. It's just that his plan, he didn't adapt his plan for changing situation very well. And the thing was, this positioning, he was contesting sword dodge, and its workshop over there wasn't perfect, let's say it. This positioning still allowed for Khazan to move one Shogitai through this ridge, and it allowed Khazan to get a cavalry charge downhill here into this infantry de marine. So, and Khazan actually approached from the forest, and MIF was fighting in such a manner that he allowed, you see, units of Khazan were hidden in the forest, so he was in 125 range from this forest. He should have been just a little bit at the back, I believe, just a little bit farther away. And this small thing allowed Khazan to win this engagement. Well, not to win it at the beginning. It was quite uneven, let's say, quite an even exchangement, and it was taking place at the same time as this cavalry engagement. And as I was telling, Khazan had, let me count, 6 melee cavalry units, all highly upgraded except for Sabre cavalry, and MIF only got 4 melee cavalry units with 1 Imperial Guard cavalry, and he took this melee fight. You see, he fought 4 against 6, while it was clear that all cavalry, even though Khazan didn't have all the cavalry here at the beginning of the fight, it was clearly visible that they're repositioning. And in this forest, this Imperial Guard cavalry was not effective. And I mean, MIF, composition of MIF main how should I put it? For be effective, MIF needed a longer game, and he didn't get it. Khazan didn't allow him to have a long game. So now it's 1-0 into Khazan's favor, and he was more effective. 200 men in difference in deployed forces, and 100 men different in effectiveness. Okay, so Khazan's forces were cheaper and more effective at the same time. And if you look at it, surprisingly, Khazan killed only 1 man in his own army, and MIF killed 33. So it's usual thing to kill 20 or 30 of your men, but only killing one of your own men, it's surprising. Okay, here, Shogitais. These two flanking Shogitais, not running through the middle and getting all the kills they want. Nicely done. And I like when Melee Rush played in a different manners, not only charging through the middle, but from all the sides sometimes. Just to spice things up. This Yariki and 50 men of these kills, at least 50 men is Imperial, is Infantry de Marine. It's super effective. This unit got super effective here. These two Whitebeards shooting from the forest. A nice amount of kills, considering that Mif had almost no cheap units. So all of those kills, except for 3 spear levies, are quite a meaningful ones. Here we have at least 100 men in Royal Marines unit. And other units did just okay. He did even exchange in a cavalry fight, which allowed him to have this one unit free to wreak havoc without any cavalry of Mif stopping it. And all spear levies of Mif were busy working as a mid shield for his guns. And I'm starting to lose voice. I need to cast 2 more matches at least. 2 more games at least. Keep it up, Zaript. Keep it up. People waiting for you. Well, I'm not sure people waiting for me actually, but some do, some do. Royal Marines, Infantry de Marine. You see, Infantry de Marine trashed. This isn't the amount of kills you want to get on level 6 Infantry de Marine. Interestingly, he probably has suppression on both of these units. Imperial Infantry, 150 range. Well, barely okay for these 2 units. And cavalry fight, yet again, even exchange, nothing interesting here. And this 105,000 unit, maybe even 1,600 unit, totally trashed. Shooting at the first, well, I talked about that. First game goes to Hazan, and we will see how it goes in the second game. And second game it is, Flute Plains, Hazan against Miv. We will see how it goes, and it's starting to get difficult for me to speak, and I hope I will not be forcing myself to delete this commentary, because I do sometimes when I don't like it. So for me, we have United States Marines, Imperial Guard Infantry with 150 range, Whitebeards and Black Tortoise Force, 2 vanilla units. So it seems like you have only 4 line units, 2 vanilla on the flanks. No, this one have ammunition upgrade. Funny. No, it can't be. It's ammunition retainer, so I can't tell what upgrade this Whitebeard have. It's not a lot. Okay then. Imperial Guard, maybe it's suppression fire. So 2 150 range units, 2 cheap units on the flanks. 2 spear levies that allow his line to operate without cavalry support, which can be important. And this game will be decided, as a previous game, it will be decided in a cavalry fight, mostly. That's why I have to stop it again, and let's take a look. Shogun Guard Cavalry, level 2, Yariki level 5. And here we got Yariki level 5, Yariki level 6. 6 level. Oh man. Yariki level 5. And level 6 there. So, for Yariki, 1 Imperial Guard Cavalry, vanilla one, and 1 Shogun Guard Cavalry. General, is some mix between Bushido and gun. Now for Hazan, he have 5 melee cavalry, from what I can see. Yaruki level 7, Yaruki level 6, Shogun Guard Cavalry level 6, Yaruki level 6, Yaruki level 6. So this time it's even in melee cavalry count and almost even in upgrades, but Mif have one more cavalry unit. It's Imperial Guard Cavalry. And now Hazan have 3 150 range white bears and United States Marines, Royal Marines. It's 4 white bears, vanilla ones. So that's because he doesn't have spear levies and have 1 less cavalry. His general is yet again command gen. And from the very beginning I want you to think about implications. What is different from a previous game? Well, in infantry part, Mif didn't get anything that much different. So it's still very stable, very strong force with scary frontal firepower, right? So it still can operate without cavalry support because of the spear levies. And even better because he have 2 cheap line units to cover for his 150 range. But this time, Mif actually got melee cavalry advantage. And honestly, I'm interested to see closer how it goes. Now, and for dodges we have workshop here, sword dodges there, and archery dodge in the middle. So all 3 dodges are very important for both players. All this fight, beginning of it, I will show in slowdown. Now, here Mif gets back, but here he doesn't pay attention to this flank, and Hazan get charged into Imperial Guard Cavalry of Mif. Now I have to stop this. 2 fights going on. Let's take a look at the orders. And now this Shogun Guard Cavalry charging this Yaruki, and even with uphill advantage, this Yaruki that is running to attack this Yaruki, they will lose this fight. But maybe this Yaruki will change it, who knows, if Mif doesn't micro his Yaruki to get counter charge. Now here, and this is nothing particularly interesting in the middle so far. Here, this Yaruki getting rid of this Imperial Guard infantry. But overall, and this Imperial Guard infantry will probably be lost for Mif. And here in this charge, let's see. But first of all, what's happening? This Shogun Guard Cavalry will not get full charge bonus, because they're charging basically back of their own Yaruki. And this Yaruki, look at this. They are facing the wrong way. They are attacking this Imperial infantry. And look at this. This Yaruki of Mif doesn't get charged. Man, this is scary. And here, that's what I was telling about. This Shogun Guard Cavalry destroys this Yaruki. And really, this is a replay you should see. This is very important. Especially this engagement. And you have to understand how difficult it is. There is 2 fights going on. And this time it's clear that Mif doing it better. Just because of 1 additional unit. He lost Imperial Guard Cavalry. But that bought him a time to manage his melee cavalry better. So this one is routing, and this one will be sandwiched now. That flank is clear win for Mif, and here, cost-wise, Mif is still losing on this flank. And now it's difficult to say. It seems like Mif's cavalry are blocked up. And you see what he is doing. Instead of just attacking, he gives move order for one of his cavalry. This is a thing. It might be considering as pull through, but it's not. it's not because sometimes if you give only one order, your cavalry does not pull through. It's like I do it a lot in medieval too, against IE. When you engaged just by from the front, only part of your unit will be fighting. And sometimes you want your unit to wrap around, so you give it moving order into the wider formation. And people from the back coming this way, and then they fight, and you have a bigger front fighting. It will cost you some men in the middle who are trying to move, but you may win an engagement in that manner. Without pulling through, you just legitimately getting a bigger front. And now, you see, 50 men left, 30 men left, 44 men left, and he's winning it. Here, he won it. Look at this. Super effective because of this Shogunate Guard cavalry. 42 men left, 34 men left. Man, and now suddenly, with this bad engagement from Hazian, he engaged just like in a previous game. He saw a chance, and he took it. But honestly, if you count amount of cavalry and upgrades, all the stakes were on a Mif's favor. So if in the beginning Hazian was more cost effective because he got free, well not free, but he got Imperial Guard infantry, 1000 koku worth unit, but in the end when you count it, look how much better Mif got from this exchange. It's totally worth to sacrifice 1000 unit if you get rid of all of your opponent cavalry. Okay, now before we go any further, I want to give you a little exercise. Look at this now, and let's forget for a second that Mif got all the dodges, right? So I don't see many chances for Hazian now, honestly. How would you approach this army? I mean, using these 3 cavalry units, think about it a little. Maybe even pause this, because it's a nice, very nice example of situation where you have all advantage in the world and you have to do to get maximum from it. Personally, what I would do, there is 2 scenarios you can take. First is because frontal power are almost equal, and the smartest thing to do is to evade any fighting and to spread your cavalry all around. Your opponent doesn't have gun gen, right? So he cannot do anything with your cavalry, especially if it's hidden in the forest. So one here, one here, one here, and then you can use your spear levies as a mid shield, and I'm telling it because that's exactly what Mif will do. But, and this is why it's important to watch replays. This is the right thing to do in my opinion. What I would do, personally, because my first thought was, I paused the replay on this exact moment, and I thought that, well, you see this angle, right? The best thing to do is, for me, engage with this Black Tortoise force, or with this spear levy and bait first volley, and then just destroy him. Charge my cavalry from this angle, hit this unit, and keep 1 cavalry here in case Hazian try to turn this unit this way. And at the same time move your line closer, and when this fight starts, you will most probably win this engagement. But it's still risky when you think about it. Only 20 men left, 34 here, 34 here. It's still risky because these cavalry units can leave only 1 volley more. So maybe using them so early in the fight, using them as a breaking power, isn't smart thing to do. And Mif plays this very smartly. I like how he does it. He wants couple of line units of Hazian to face backwards, because frontal power, as I was telling, is very similar, and this is getting long. This commentary getting long because I'm trying to make it more educative. I'm trying to make it to use this game as example of what you can do better in your own games. Otherwise, why would you watch a replay, right? You see, beautiful, beautiful. This, just by getting this unit so spread out, Miv got more chances with his cavalry. Even if he choose them all through the unit cards and click an attack order, his cavalry will be attacking from the different angles. It's easy to micro, and it's safe. And now, after getting first volley baited from this white beast, he's approaching. And he got a chance to approach from the middle and get first volley on his most expensive line. This cavalry unit, wavering already, didn't get any volleys. It wasn't shooted at. And now four deaths on this from straw bullets. Stand and fight for Hazian here. He's trying to do his best. Naval bombardment here, but overall not so good. Two cavalry units charging the general bodyguard, one cavalry unit ruining this flank, disallowing it to shoot. And it's over. Nicely done. So, and you see, this game was decided in two steps. Bad engagement from Hazian, nice management of two fights at the same time by Mif, and he was a bit lucky, right? He was managing more important fight. Here it was almost equal in strength, so it was more important to micro this fight to get most of it. And here Mif got such a large numbers advantage in cavalry fight that he didn't need to manage this very closely. And this is important decision to do sometimes. Which part of the map do I manage? And we have seen that this is the second time. It was the same in the first game that Hazian approach at 2 points at the same time. In the first game, he moved his infantry body and started cavalry attack at the same time. Here, yet again, he started two cavalry at the cavalry fights at the same time, and he's kind of trying to put his opponent's mind into deadlock. He wants his opponent to be overwhelmed. He wants this initiative to give him advantage, because he's starting to click attack orders earlier, so he kind of have more time. But this time he didn't really he baited at the wrong horse, let's say it so way. Oh man, what a ridiculous pun. So 60 man difference in deployed man, and 250 man difference in effectiveness, and Miv was much more effective. And interestingly enough, he made his United States Marines very effective. In the end, even thought I thought that it would be cavalry. Still, his cavalry did very well. 1, 2, 3, 4 cavalry units. Let's say the 4 cavalry units got 100 kills. This flanking Whitebeard did good. Sacrifice unit. Nice bait, nice bait. And you see, all of his cavalry did at least even. Well, melee cavalry, I mean. Very well played. and units of Khazan didn't even break 100, just because shooting infantry fight in the forest do not bring you much kills. Well, I talked enough about this game, and I recommend you to watch a replay and to analyze cavalry fight once more. And now it's 1-1 score in this match, and we have to see a third game. Okay, now, hello those of you who didn't get completely bored after the second game and managed to somehow not run from my terrible voice, which is failing slowly but surely. And this is a tie-break on Gunma field between CW MIF and CP Khazan. And what do they bring? I bet, and yes, no, not yet. 3 150 range units for MIF, yes, we have seen this in game against Sprint already. Infantry de Marine, Royal Marines, Imperial Infantry, and game against Sprint was casted by Red Warrior, by the way. You should go and watch it. I actually want to add him into my featured channels, but I can't. For some reason, YouTube does not allow me. I will try one more time today. I actually, since I remembered about it. And White Bear, Imperial Infantry. Wait a second. 4 units with 150 range. 2 Imperial Infantry units, Infantry de Marine, Royal Marines, and 2 vanilla White Bears on the flanks. Same general, some mix between gun and Bushido, mostly Bushido. Level 6 Yariki, level 6 Yariki, level 6 Yariki, level 5 Yariki. And for Khazan, oh man, I didn't notice it when I watched replay the first time. Kyoto Police, very cheap unit. Very cheap, and it's cheap because it has low morale. It's cheaper than Yarikachi, but it has nice bonus against cavalry, so I would say maybe it's worth bringing it as a flanking unit because it's cheaper than Yarikachi, but I'm not sure about that. Shogun Guard Cavalry level 5, Yariki level 7, Shogun Guard Cavalry level 6. Oh my god. Yariki level 7, Yariki level 8. 5 very strong cavalry units here for Khazan. 1 United States Marines, Infantry de Marine, and 2 White Bears. Common gen, I assume, yes, right? And you see, cavalry-wise, Khazan is stronger. And you can... and MIF here, he wants... See this? So you can clearly see that what MIFs want. He wanted to skirmish a little bit with his general, maybe, but overall he wanted to bait a cavalry fight in the open. Just because he has this supporting line here. He wanted cavalry fight to happen here. And here in this exchange, surprisingly close. And that's kind of what MIF wanted to do, but it seems we will see. You see, so far no volley. He mismicroed his line. Only now they're starting to shoot, but he already lost cavalry fight. See this? And now he have to run with his general. Already losing 1 man, 5 men. So MIF kinda prematurely started this fight, and for Khazan it's kinda... And here I think this is a mistake. when these two units were shooting at this Shogunate Guard cavalry, this Yariki and this Shogunate Guard cavalry should have just charged. But probably there is one more line unit at the forest. Yeah, there is one more Marines unit hidden there. So,
Sir, naval bombardment threatens your troops.
difficult to say. I would... Right now, Hazian just throwing away his units, I believe. It's kinda... What is he doing here? Is his forces split on two contingents. And they are not working together. Because, you see, there is no real threat from this side to Mif's forces. So he can deal with this cavalry. But... oh man, and this general... He didn't rout 7 men. Usually general round somewhere around 5, 6 or 7 men. So maybe Mif got lucky here. I'm not sure. But I'm sure that right now... Oh, and this unit of Whitebeards got shattered just the moment when Mif popped Raleigh. And now Hazian moving through the... through two sides, but still... I'm not sure... Oh man, very bad play from Hazian. He doesn't have enough momentum to break using his cavalry here. And in frontal line assault, Mif got more power. Okay. But now Hazian got archery dodger. Honestly, at this point I would give this game to him if he plays it perfectly. But difficult to say just because of how strong infantry corps of Mif are. He still have 4 150 range units. Nice naval bombardment. And I'm speeding this up because, if I remember correctly, it's a long game. I don't really see a reason for Hazian to attack on his... You see, this is a... Oh, I'm sorry. If you had that... I don't understand why wouldn't he get the farmhouse. Send your cavalry, dismount it, hit other cavalry in the forest, and get 2 dodges. Force your opponent to attack. But as you can probably seen in the previous 2 games, Hazian have a very, very persistent attacking mindset. So he still tries to be as close as possible, and you see, those units are in range, but there is small and very difficult to notice hill that prevents these units from shooting. And now Mif plays a very risky game. He tries to skirmish with his general. Still this Kyoto police running around, running from the fight, and I think I have... Yeah, with 2 speed upgrades in Bushido 3, General just barely can run from Yariki. And this Yariki have actually speed upgrade from Command 3 for Hazian. And look how badly this played. No coordination. Why would he charge his cavalry here if these units aren't moving in? Very poor play on Hazian part. He is just wasting his forces. You can clearly see that he doesn't have a plan. And Mif, he knows very well that he cannot play on this field, and no matter how risky it is, he plays here. He tries to utilize his general, remaining 7 men of his general, and yeah, this cavalry Yariki routed. And now this is a Mif's game to lose, just because of the line advantage that he got. Still, 4 150 range units. Still this white bears as a flank. And you see, he get into this hill, getting uphill advantage here actually. And staying just in range and waiting for these white bears to flank. And here, what is he doing with his general? I'm not sure what he's doing with his general, but it seems that Khazan concedes defeat. Interesting. Well, it's certainly his loss, but it doesn't matter just because probably that's why he conceded. Khazan, no matter what score in this, Khazan needed only 1 point to get out of the group on the first place. And despite winning this match 2-1, Mif goes from the group on the second place. And what can I tell about these two players? Only just from a point of these two matches, Khazan is much more aggressive, much more persistent player who doesn't really read all engagements through the end, I should say. Well, that's the feeling I got. But this match wasn't particularly important for him. And for Mif, winning was important. I believe he still could have... I don't remember. I don't want to lie to you. Probably he was advancing anyway. 100 men more kills. And 100 more men deployed here. Nothing particularly interesting. It was a very long fight and it wasn't going through the end. Most meaty parts of both armies were still alive. And Khazan actually got his cavalry kinda in a positive side, in a positive balance. But he didn't do much damage to the core of Mif's army, let's say. And Mif is more passive player than Khazan, and his playstyle in this match reminds me a little bit of how Killerfish plays. Stable core and some kiting cavalry, some shooting cavalry as important part of a game plan. So he doesn't want to bring a very cavalry heavy composition. He tries to bring as low cavalry contingent as possible, but still strong enough to deal with 6 or 7 cavalry of opponent, because his main bet is on his infantry. Well, that is the feeling I got. So 2-1 win for Mif in this match, and they both advance in a playoff. And I'm very tired from this casting now. I think it will be all for this weekend for me. See you later, guys. See you later.